Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Well That Effing Figures, episode number 2. Hopefully, everybody's got their coffee and is ready to talk some nonsense. How's your week been, Joe?
Hey, good morning. Welcome everybody. Got my coffee. Salute. Um, my week, I had a really good week. I mean, I like to start this off on a positive note. The week I had was amazing. I mean, I started off with a hunt, found some stuff. We did our Tuesday pod with Scott, talking nerdy. That was fun. We had a good time on that. Had a beer fest yesterday. Found Boba Fett droid on that. So it's been a really good week. Thursday we had the podcast on overgrown third graders for mental health. That was awesome. I hope it gets out to a lot of people. Yeah, man, I'm in a really good mood. Ready to go. Feeling great. Let's go. How was yours?
I've been pretty sick, and toy hunting's been shit. I don't know. I have watched some good movies and TV shows this week, though.
Yeah, being sick, you can catch up on that stuff sometimes. That's good.
Yeah,
well, it's not good.
Yeah. Sucks being sick, though. My son was really sick. I didn't get it as bad as he did, but yeah. Got almost all my Christmas shopping done.
Damn.
Yeah, I wanted to do that early this year.
We haven't even started. I try to stay away from a lot of that, let my wife do it, but sometimes I help out a little. But
I did see that Super 7 Wave 9 for the TMNT figures went up for pre-order. I'm excited about that. I want that Donnie. That thing looks awesome.
Yeah, they do look good. Super 7 does a great job, too.
I also want that Scumbug and Wingnut and Screw Loose. I did see it. Looks like they're getting a little more expensive, though, which makes sense because everything's getting expensive.
Right.
Not only that, but then Series 2 of the Playmates Stranger Things and TMNT went up for pre-order. So I'll be able to finish those guys off. I don't see them doing any more than that because the Turtles will be done. Who knows? I don't know. I just want the 4 Turtles, though, so...
Yeah. That last Ronin turtle looks really good. I've been seeing a lot of
should be here soon. I got the unarmored one coming soon. My armored one is still up for pre-order, but I don't know. Now it's saying like January or something. I don't know.
I thought people were posting that they got the armored one. Yeah,
I think a lot of people are buying them off that AliExpress, though.
Okay. Yeah, it looks really good. I hear a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, I can't.
I haven't really bought any turtles except for the monster ones, but that Ronin is kind of tempting. That might bring me down another path of destruction. I don't know. I hope not.
It's a nice looking figure. That's what
it really is.
The ones that they revealed at the Comic-Cons, they look so good. I cannot wait. There's a lot of good stuff coming from the NECA turtle line. I really can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm trying to focus more on the Super 7 line now, though, because I've been so caught up and focused with the NECA ones, and there's been so much that's come out by NECA. I kind of was, I wasn't really focused on buying the Super 7 ones, but now I'm like falling more and more in love with them. And what I love about them is it really takes you back to your childhood because they're like identical to the original TMNT figures, but they got like upgraded, points of articulation and stuff and better accessories. I just love it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I like about, and I don't want to go down this path either, but I'm trying not to. But that 40th anniversary of He-Man takes me back. It looks so good, and like just like the original. It's almost like when I'm looking at it, I'm seeing the original, and it's kind of like making me think, damn, should I get that? But I don't really.
That's another one. I picked up a few from the line. It's just like, man, I don't know if I'll ever display them. So yeah. But I do love that line. That's another one where it's like, they look just like the originals for the most part, but they got some better articulation.
Right.
I love the packaging.
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice packaging. That's what, and bringing the package, talking about packaging, that droid I found yesterday here. Why don't Hasbro just stick with this type of deal instead of going windowless? You know, like it's like a NECA type box with the Velcro. I mean, you still got a little bit of plastic, but the figure's plastic. So I know I've said that before, but just why don't they just go with something? I think this is what they may go with eventually if people keep complaining, but.
Well, that's like the selfie series. This is what the selfie series come with. You get this box like this, and then it's got a sleeve, and then it's like that. And
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
plastic, but there's still a window. So
Yeah.
you can still put that out on your shelf and display it if you're an inbox collector.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean that's fine too.
something else I wanted to bring up about these selfie series. I did that video when this came in about the likeness on it and everything, because all these people have been complaining about the selfie figures not looking like them or turning out shitty.
Yeah.
I've ordered 3 of these now. Okay. Each one came and looked exactly like the computer rendering that I did. That when you do it on the app, it does a computerized image of it.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of them came exactly like that. One I screwed up on myself. I did it in a dark room, so it was real dark. So I had to reorder my son's. But I had this guy who commented on my video, and he was like, he's like, you don't know what they expected, blah blah. They expected it to look like them, like this real shitty message, And I'm like, if you know me, I am not a Hasbro fan. I can't stand Hasbro. I think they overcharge for what they sell. So I'm not sticking up for Hasbro at all. But I think it's user error. Just because you don't have to buy the first scan. If you don't like what your scan shows on the computer rendering, redo it and take a different one until you get one that you like. Because all of mine have come identical to the computer scan.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're not getting a Hot Toys head sculpt. Someone's not sitting there hand carving this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I haven't ordered one yet. After I saw your video, I thought about it more before it goes up in price. I mean, for $55, I think you said it was, or whatever, somewhere around that. You can't expect a Hot Toy Super 7 type face sculpt. You're getting what you're paying for. Yeah, most Hasbro's $20, $30, $40. You're paying $55, but you're not going to get Hot Toy. So if you're looking for Hot Toy, get a hold of Hot Toy. Maybe they will make you one. I don't know what to tell you, but you're not going to get a Hot Toy face sculpt for $55. That's why Hasbro's Hasbro, and that's why Hot Toys are Hot Toys. But I know people, when they put money out that they work hard for, I guess they expect really, really, really good stuff, and they don't really think about that when they order it. But if I order it, I know what I'm going to get, and it's going to be a pretty ugly figure. But hey, what are you going to do?
I guess my point is just make sure you're happy with the computer rendering, because if you're happy with that part, mine came exactly like the computer rendering. I mean, they're identical to what is showed on the computer. So just before you submit it, make sure you're happy with the computer.
You're not happy? Cancel it. Don't go any further.
Yeah, go back and rescan it. I mean, I think people are just jumping the gun and ordering the first scan they do, and
I guess they're excited because nothing like this has ever been made. So it's like, wow, I can have my own action figure. Who doesn't want that?
Right.
But the excitement probably took over their thought process at the time, and they're wishing they would have canceled it before it was too late, I guess. But if I do it, I'm gonna I'll just keep trying until I got something I like before I order it.
Yeah, because I mean,
it's history.
I mean, all sales are final. You can't return it, so. But
yeah. So I mean, I
mean, out of all the 3 that I've ordered, they've all come exactly like the scan looked. So I mean, was Hasbro picking and choosing people that they want to screw, or what?
I guess they got at least one happy customer out of it. So.
I mean, it's what I expected it to be. It's a Hasbro figure,
Yeah.
It resembles me. It's not a Hot Toy accurate face sculpt, but I didn't expect it to be.
Mm-hmm. So, you said you've been watching a few movies. I know we're talking about doing a Terrifier 2 watch along at some point, maybe this week. It depends on our schedules if we can get it together.
Yeah.
But what other movies have you seen this week? I haven't watched many because of this Phillies, but now that they've got beaten last night, I'll have more time to maybe watch a couple movies here and there. But have you watched anything you like?
Speaking of the Phillies, though, not this. My Milwaukee Bucks are still winning. I'm happy about that.
There you go.
Let's keep it going.
There you go.
Okay, well, I started that peripheral show.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's on Hulu, if I remember correctly. Or no, that's Amazon. It's about this. I don't know. It's like in the future. They play like these video games. I don't know. I don't want to call them video games, and I don't want to give too much away. But they kind of have like this. It's like a virtual reality kind of thing. You ever see Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Kind of
So
similar.
Okay.
And the brother, he's like he like makes money doing this shit. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I just started it. I didn't finish it or anything. I don't want to like give away stuff. But she ends up figuring out that she is actually like going into an alternate reality, into an actual like body.
Okay.
She ends up seeing something and she ends up on like this hit list. So that's basically that. But it's really good. If you have not checked it out, go check it out. I recommend it. Like I said, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm definitely hooked. I'm definitely going to be jumping back on there after we're finished here this morning. I wanted to ask you, have you watched the Chucky series?
I haven't, but now that I hear Liv Morgan from WWE's on it, I might give it a chance. I'm a wrestling nerd, so once I hear somebody from wrestling's in something, I'll give it another chance. I'm probably gonna start watching that. Probably in the colder months here when I don't go out much and I need something to watch. I got a few of those that I have in my head that I want to watch.
Yeah, so I've been watching that, and okay, I like it. I do like it, but it doesn't have that like that scariness to it. If you get what I'm saying, like
yeah,
you don't have like that. Like in the old one, you'd hear Chucky running around and like you didn't know where he was gonna pop up and like you don't have that in this one. This is like, I mean, it's like a TV show with Chucky as a friend. I don't know. But yeah, I finished season 1. I'm on season 2 somewhere. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I feel like they took the scary out of Chucky. Like it's not scary. Like
yeah, it's more like
it's ruined it for me because Chucky growing up, Chucky was terrifying as a child.
Yeah.
This murdering doll. Like I thought, dude, that used to be one of the scariest things for me growing up. But
yeah,
I do like the TV show. It's just it's not like horror to me, really. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like Chucky was kind of scary to me too when I was a kid because my mom collected dolls, and I'm like, these things are staring at me as I walk past the dining room and all this shit. And then now I got a whole room full of figures that are gawking at me all the time. So it's kind of ironic that we went that route after it kind of freaked us out when we were younger.
Right. And then I'd say the big movie that I watched this week. I haven't really been watching a lot of movies. I used to be huge into movies, but it kind of took a turn. I've gotten into a lot of series, but I watched called Crimes of the Future. It's takes place in the future. Viggo Mortensen is the main actor, and he's this guy. He plays a mutant, and he keeps growing like these mutated organs inside of his body. So him and his girlfriend, I guess she is, they put on these performance art shows. And what they do in the art shows is she surgically removes these mutated organs. It's a very weird movie. I really liked it. I've already watched it twice. I'm gonna watch it again because you watch it the first time, you're kind of just like, what the fuck is just, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. I
Two
never heard of
times.
it until you had mentioned it to me before we came live.
Yeah, it's very strange, but I really liked it.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna check it out.
recommend checking it out if you're into those weird sci-fi horror-ish type movies. Yeah, definitely check it out. I watched it on I believe that one was on Hulu too.
Yeah, it says Hulu and Amazon Prime. I think it says you can get it.
Okay, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So I need to bite the bullet and get a few more streaming services. It looks like. I've been debating Prime anyway since NFL went on there, so I can watch the Thursday night games. But we'll see.
Oh, somehow I got stuck. I was reading like stuff about the new Blade movie that it's on hold right now, obviously. But there was a lot of people on social media in the comments and stuff complaining about the new actor that's gonna play him, and I don't get why. I don't know if Mahershala Ali.
Mhm.
I think he's awesome, and I think he looks good as Blade. So I don't know what. I don't agree with the PG-13 thing, but yeah, I know talking
So,
about movies and stuff, like, I just last night I got caught up in it and reading all this stuff, and people were just like trashing him, and I'm like, dude, look, I think he's gonna be an awesome Blade.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't really read too much about that either. But I guess some people are old school and they just want Wesley Snipes, and they don't want to hear anything else. So I like all the originals too. It's hard to remake something. You have to do it right. If you don't do it, I don't know. It's if you don't do it the right way, it's
the
kind of
only thing that
destroying the
scares
legacy.
me is it being Disney, and they got, obviously they have this agenda that they push.
Yeah,
And
hence
I
the
just wish,
PG-13 there too, probably.
yeah, and then you got the PG-13, which I think is that's asinine. Like,
Yeah,
this is a fucking Blade movie. Their PG-13 shouldn't even be in talk in the, in its vocabulary. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like wrestling. I mean, WWE still PG, but some days they push the envelope. They try to, but I think it should be. I don't know, whatever the next higher rating is, PG-13, whatever the next one is. It needs to be bumped up or push the envelope a little bit more for that too, because I think just everything's PG now because there's a lot of sensitive people out there, and I don't do well with those people, but and so they probably think I'm an asshole, and I might be, but yeah.
I know. If someone says something I don't like, I just don't care. I mean,
Right.
I don't get offended. I've always thought, like, you can be offended, don't get me wrong, but like, people try to use that way too fluently.
Yeah, loosely, yeah. Now,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I just don't give a shit. Like, I don't
Yeah.
like learn how to not care so much if somebody says something you don't like. Like, who gives a
Not
shit
everything matters that much. Not everything matters that much.
Exactly.
Just live life, be happy, like what you like. And
I know.
I don't knock anybody for not liking anything that I like. I mean, to each their own, Like,
right.
I don't go out and try to be like anybody else. And if you tell me, you like this, or you like this, I mean, that's good for you. Maybe someday we could open the door for each other to new things, but I'm not going to have it forced down my throat because of that's what everybody else is buying or doing or collecting. I've never been that type of follower.
Right.
Myself.
I'm collecting for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Making myself happy. I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah.
I know we talked about the new Mike Myers new Halloween movie, but Nuggets, what did you think of the new Halloween movie? Oh, T3's in the house.
Good morning, my brother.
Were you sleeping late?
I don't even think he sleeps. So what do you mean late? He's like a vampire.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know what show I miss that was on? Nosferatu. I love that series, and they took it
Oh,
off. But I was
yeah.
really, really into that.
The good things never last.
Yeah, and I was hoping that somebody else would pick that up. I don't know. Like, I was hoping maybe Netflix would pick it up and continue it on because I believe it was on like
could happen.
AMC or something. What's
It
that?
that could happen. You just don't know.
Still could. Yeah, I hope it does. I really enjoyed that series.
How were the ratings with it? Poorly, I'm assuming, because they got rid of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. A lot of people I spoke to, they watched it. That doesn't mean I know billions of people, but I don't look at the ratings and all that. I just knew I liked it. Like I was saying earlier, I liked it. Yeah, but I guess enough people didn't watch it or whatever happened. But I thought it was a pretty decent show myself. And the way they ended it, it wasn't really an ending, so there's a lot more room if somebody does take it over.
Oh yeah, I've been watching this show called La Brea. You ever see that one? Where this sinkhole forms in L.A. and everybody that fell into this huge sinkhole, they end up in like 10,000 BC, LA,
Okay.
whatever, way back when, you know. And I don't know, it ends up with like, you know, these sinkholes forming and stuff. I don't know. It's I just, for some reason, I like it. I've been watching it. It's not like some great show or anything. It's just, it's one of those like, shows you watch with your family, I guess you could say, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that. You ever see that Terra Nova show that only lasted like a season or two?
I didn't. And you know what I'm starting to realize? I might watch too many hunt videos on YouTube that I don't watch any of these goddamn shows. Maybe I need to calm down with these hunt videos. Because you're like, did you see this? You see that? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, well, I've been watching guys on YouTube watching Find Toys. You know, I've been watching them. So maybe I need to scale that back. I'm missing a lot of shit, it seems.
Yeah, you are. You're missing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta maybe dabble in different things here. So
they're shows that remind me of what's that? Lost Planet. Remember Lost Planet TV show back in the day?
Land of the Lost?
Land of the Lost. It's a show like that.
I did see that.
Yeah. Those are like my guilty pleasures.
Yeah, I used to love that show. I guess we're kind of similar as we like end of the world shows and movies and back before time started type movies.
Yeah.
That's what I like too. Like, you know, all the movies, like I think I was talking on the other podcast about, you know, like the one where Sandra Bullock, they couldn't look and they couldn't open their eyes, and the one you couldn't, like, you had to like not be able to hear or speak because they'll hear you and they'll come get you. I like those type of end of the world movies, I guess. And since we were almost in that type of thing ourselves a couple years ago, we thought, or a lot of people thought, you know, I was like, oh shit, man, you know, like here we go. Now I know how to escape because I've watched all these movies. I got a few tips. So
I'm still waiting for a Gremlins remake.
Oh, they'll do it. Just give them time, man.
Oh yeah, I know. I really hope they don't do all CGI. They need to bring back the puppets. Actually use the Gremlin puppets. There's just, I don't know, there's something about CGI, just unless they do it amazingly well, it's never done it for me. Like those action movies where they like over the top explosions and shit, like I just don't like that stuff. It turns me away from movies.
I just wish they would come up with something brand new, you know, like brand new, like a new idea that we could sink our teeth in and watch and enjoy. It's just like the same old thing, or remake after remake. Even She-Hulk, I tried to watch that. I'll probably get some slack over this. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, I didn't like She-Hulk either.
I just couldn't get into it. It was, I don't know what it was about it, but I just
And
could
it
not.
wasn't because it was about a woman. I don't give a shit about that. Like I watch
No, no, it's
plenty.
not that at all.
No,
No.
I watch plenty of shows with female leads. It has
Yeah,
nothing to
yeah,
do with.
yeah, absolutely nothing to do with it. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was, I don't know. It just seemed really corny to me. I just couldn't make it. I just couldn't finish it. So I've been watching Andor though.
I
The
got to get caught up
first,
on that.
the first three episodes were kind of. I'm on like 5 or 6 maybe. The first three, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. The first two were bad. Well, not bad, but they weren't really that great. And then as it goes on, it's getting better. So I'm gonna stick with that one. Um, and being a Star Wars guy, I feel like I have to anyway. I have to, have my allegiance with them. So I will finish it out and try to complete everything with those guys. So we'll see. But the first two kind of dragged on. I was worried about it, and then it got better as it opened up more.
I'm dying for the. Cannot wait for the Last of Us HBO series. I love the video game. I cannot wait for the show. It looks great. The I always forget his name. The guy who plays Mando, Mandalorian. He's the
Yeah.
he plays the father in it. Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah, I want to see that too because I like the zombie type movies and all that as
It's gonna be
well.
good.
So I haven't played the video game, but that's one video game that I would have probably enjoyed if I got a new system because I like the old Resident Evil
Oh yeah,
video game. So
I
I
would
would definitely.
and they have a
Yeah,
remastered version of it, so you can play it on the new system. It's that game it just starts out awesome, like real hectic. I love it.
like the first Resident Evil. You walk into that mansion, the door shuts behind you, and all hell breaks loose. And I love that video game.
You
I
ever
played
play
it all the way. What's that?
You ever play Dead Space?
I don't think so. No.
Like a horror
No.
game like that? Yeah, in one of them you start out with a straitjacket on, running through this like dead ship that's been taken over. Dude, that game's fucking scary. I want a new Dead Space game so bad.
Yeah, I haven't really played video games in a few years. I used to watch my son play Call of Duty. I'm like, how do you? There's too many buttons, man. How do you figure out? He's like switching. He was switching from this gun to that gun to this to that. I'm like, man, I'm used to. I mean, I did play a PlayStation 4. That's probably about as far as I went. But like, really into it, PlayStation 2 and 3. I'm not used to all these. And these buttons, and you got to be really coordinated. As I get older, that's not happening anymore.
I used to love playing Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Crawl around in the box and go
Mhm.
through the vents and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old school. I like the old Contra, Metroid. I love those old games on Nintendo. I think it was just a normal first Nintendo.
Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo. You cannot beat
That was
that.
good. That was good.
The minecart fucking
Yeah.
level. You're jumping the tracks. Oh man, dude, I love that level.
I guess I just miss like being able to walk into like when I was a kid. My dad would give me like a roll of quarters, and he would drop me and my friend off at the arcade. Like it wasn't a Chuck E. Cheese, it wasn't anything like that. It was an actual arcade. It was called City Arcade. It was in Wilmington, Delaware. And it had like 50, 60, 70 games inside there, and I could just spend all day in there. We played Donkey Kong, Miss Pac-Man, Popeye was an awesome video game back then. They had a game called Dragon's Lair that I never really understood. It was more advanced. It was cartoon-like characters and all that. It was really like three-dimensional type stuff. Couldn't get into it yet. I guess I wasn't there yet with that. It's more futuristic for me at the time. But we had a ball. Like me and my friend would be on Donkey Kong and Miss Pac-Man for hours. We would go nowhere. We would go nowhere near like through the whole pack of quarters. We would just play over and over and over, on one quarter. Just, we were really good at those games, and I missed those arcades. That was fun.
I remember playing. Me and my brother used to play this fighting game called Primal Rage, and it was like the big gorillas and dinosaur guys. Like they were just. It was badass though. I love that fucking game.
Yeah. Like Pitfall. Pitfall's another one that comes to my head. That was a friggin' good game. And
Ridge Racer.
everything was like everything played from left to right. There was no like it wasn't third person type stuff back then. It was just you play left to right, you finish the board just like Mario Brothers. But it was fun. You don't want to fall in the pit with the alligator chomping at you. So
Yeah. I'm
Jungle
thinking
Hunt
about
was another one. Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a PlayStation 5 for my son, or for us for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it. You know what, dude? There used to be a game for Super Nintendo, and you're gonna laugh when I say this, but it was the Lion King game for the Super Nintendo. It was for the the Disney movie The Lion King.
Yeah.
There was this level, and you had to swing on the tails of like these giraffes and hippos and stuff. You like swing and then like swing to the next one, and jump and keep swinging. Dude, I to this day have not beaten that level. It was so fucking hard, dude.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Swinging, and then you'd be like jumping on the tops of the giraffe heads, and dude, it was nuts, dude. I couldn't.
Yeah.
To this day, I have not beaten that level.
There's games like that I played over and over and over, and I've never beaten the game. And I just gave up. I remember playing Legend of Zelda. We beat that when the very first one. It took a lot, but we used to have those like the gamer books that would walk you through. And my dad, when I was younger, would read like what to do next, and it would be kind of cheating, I guess you could say. But without that, I mean, how the hell are you going to figure all this shit out? Like put the bomb here, and you kind of needed those little gamer books back then. And me and him had a good time playing together, and he would read it and I would do it, and we had a ball.
Yeah, T3 brought up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and X-Men 2 game, where X-Men were two of the best arcade games ever. Do not forget about the Terminator game with the guns. That was another awesome one. I used to love it.
Yeah, like the Turtles and the X-Men and all that. I guess, I don't know, I may be a little older than you guys, but I guess I was kind of phasing out of the stuff at that point. I don't know. I didn't really play those games too much.
The one I probably played the most was probably the Ninja Turtle one, because that was at the arcade. Like there was two places by me growing up that's pretty much all they had was the Ninja Turtle one, and then you had like the race car ones. I forgot what they were called, like Racing Cruising USA or shit like that. I mean, they might still have those places. I don't even know.
Yeah, there's an arcade. Wildwood, New Jersey has a pier. Well, I have a few piers, but they have a pier with like all kinds of rides, like a carnival, and they have an arcade there, and they have a lot of old school games. So it's pretty fun to go into, and you kind of get a blast from the past if anybody's ever in that area. That's a good spot to check out. It's a nice beach too, I think. I mean, I have a good time there, but they have a nice arcade with a lot of the old school games, and I just walk in there and I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm in there for like an hour and I play the games, and Yeah. I don't think there's really any arcades around me anymore. There might be, but I just don't. I've seen them like pop up and they go away right away, or I don't know. It'd be awesome to bring that stuff back though. I just saw someone had a post on Instagram yesterday about the last Blockbuster store. I couldn't even believe that there was still a Blockbuster open. Wow,
I think it's in Oregon.
Damn.
I mean, I used to love renting movies that, you actually had to go to the store. You got to read, you sit there and you read the back of the fucking movie cases and take them home, and you'd have a movie night. Like that was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that too. It's
you buy your popcorn and soda, and like it was like a thing,
Yeah, that was fun because you get to go there. You could look around for a while, you check things out, see what you want. And then they started the video games too. You could rent those. That was cool.
Imagine that you actually had to leave your house to go rent a movie. Like
yeah. I remember just a few short years ago, the Redbox was very popular too. And if you remember, Netflix started out, you order what you wanted, you rent it, and then they send it to you. You send it back, you get the next bunch.
Yep.
That's how they started out. And look at them now. A lot of kids now don't have to leave the house or their room to watch any movie, cartoon, video game. Now you can download them. It's ridiculous in a good way. I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, I miss some of the nostalgia of it all, but I guess, time goes on, things happen, and you got to advance. But I guess I'm just old school, man. I miss all that shit. I miss that little curtain in the back that says "Do not enter unless you're 18 or over." And you're always wanting to go back there taking a peek. But I miss all that.
They took the fun out of everything. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's nice having all these movies and TV shows at the tip of your fingertips. It's nice being able to have the option to order stuff off Amazon. But you know what?
Yeah,
I like going and picking out my own stuff. You don't have to worry about getting something in the mail and the packaging is all messed up. You don't have to worry, like I just don't, I'm not all about this living off the internet. It's just not me.
Yeah, same for me. I mean, I do Amazon, I do Big Bad Toy Store. If there's something I want to I don't do a shitload of pre-ordering because I like the actual hunt. Like I told you, like I said, I'm going to go out today. I'm going to try to find that Halloween Stormtrooper one more time. If I can't, then you said you'd send me one and I'd pay you. I'd like to find that shit. Like I can order it online. I just love going to the store, looking around, being able to hold it in my hand, look at it, see what it's about, pick the one I want, because I sometimes keep things in box. I'm 50-50 anymore with that. But I like going and actually doing the shopping. I don't think I could ever buy every Christmas present for everybody in my family on Amazon. I think that would be boring. Yeah, the crowds at the mall get ridiculous, but that's part of it, man.
I love going to the mall during the holidays. There's just something about it,
the Christmas music playing, and for the most part, everybody seems to be, in a decent mood. The traffic and all that around the malls are terrible, but I don't want to order everything off of Amazon. I don't want to do that.
No, and I don't know if you've noticed or anybody else noticed, but there's these things I have to order for my son. He likes these plushies. It's like that's a new term for stuffed animal. Well, the only place I can really get them is Amazon. And I have noticed, dude, Amazon's service to me is getting shittier. For one, I don't every time I order something, I don't even know if it's gonna come for sure. It'll how many times in the last couple months I've gotten it may have been lost in the mail. So if it doesn't come by this date, come back here for a refund. I'm I don't want a refund. I want what I ordered. Or it's supposed to come on Friday, and you'll see it. It's in transit. You can watch the fucking the truck go on the streets, and then it'll be like, oh, it's got delayed till tomorrow. I'm like, you were just 2 blocks away from me. What the?
Yeah, honestly, to be honest with you, I haven't had any trouble with Amazon. Not them. I've had more trouble with either the USPS or FedEx dropping it off somewhere and I don't get things. UPS, I usually have no trouble with. They're 100%. They come to my house. I think I said this before. My house, I'm back with there's 10 houses in my neighborhood. We're all back in a wood type area, 1-lane road, and all our mailboxes are about 3/4 of a mile up at the entrance. So if they do leave packages, big packages there, it's close to the main road where somebody can snag them and go. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. So I don't know if that's happening, or are they delivered to the wrong place, or I hate to think that they're keeping the shit. I don't know what's happening, but it's happened a few times where with FedEx and USPS, I'm not getting things that I ordered, not only from Amazon, other places too. But UPS has been good. So I would wish that more people would use them. I think they're a little more expensive, but at least you get, in the long run, I think the companies would save money, because I hate to let them know, hey man, I never got this package, and then they got to resend. It's costing them more in the long run by using shitty service, I believe, than if they were just to go. And maybe UPS might suck in somebody else's area. So I don't know.
Well, they
So
should
maybe they're
never,
having the same trouble. I
they
don't
should
know.
never leave a package out on the road for one.
No,
But two,
they should
you know what?
never.
It is though, because I've watched them on our camera just come up to the door and put the "We missed you" sticker on the door and then walk away. Like
Yeah.
what, you didn't want to ring my doorbell and give me the
Yeah.
package? You just weren't feeling it today, or what?
Yeah.
I mean, literally walked up to the door, put the "We missed you" on the door, and walked away.
Yeah,
Like,
you didn't even
what
try.
is that? What the
I've
fuck?
seen. I even have on FedEx, USPS, and UPS. UPS is the only one that works on their website. Please deliver to my front porch.
Yeah.
I even put it in capitals. I don't know, after I got pissed off a few times, I went back, put it in capitals, and they still, I can see if it's something that fits in the mailbox. Like if you order, I don't know, something tiny, keychain, whatever. But when you like a t-shirt, that's fine. Stuff it in the mailbox. I don't care. These big ass, I had my dog food delivered out there somewhere, and it was pouring rain one time. And from Chewy, and they use what is it, FedEx also. Sometimes the guy comes to the porch, sometimes he leaves it up there, guy or gal, I don't know what it is, but yeah. So I don't know, man. I've had, when I sold my beach house, we did all the transaction on like online. I didn't have to go down there to do any of the paperwork. We did it all online. I had a pretty nice sizable check coming to me, and it was for signature only. And I find it just thrown on my porch. Like, that was scary. Like, you just throw it on the porch after it's supposed to be signature required, So things like that, I mean, they got to get better. I don't know if it's just people not wanting to work and they just pick anybody to do these things now or what, but I don't think they care. They don't give a shit. They're not losing any money over it, I guess.
Oh, it's just a job to them. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, and it's not all of them, man. There's not all of them. I can't ever say it's all. And some people may be having the same trouble with UPS that I'm not having with them. Just my area sucks for the Postal Service and FedEx.
I would say I have my problems with like pretty much all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hate that shit too. Like, you'll ship something and it'll sit at the whatever you call it, the whatever. It'll sit there for like 5 days. Like, why is my package not
the
moving?
warehouse? Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And this time of the year is just going to get worse because it's so busy, because there's a lot of people who do they do order everything on Amazon and all that stuff for Christmas. So now they're also hiring a bunch more people to help, but it's still going to get a lot slower, I think. Excuse me, as Christmas approaches. So,
I mean, Amazon, they can. I mean, when they're working good, it's a damn machine, dude. Like, I've ordered movies before and had them within hours. Delivered to the house. Like, I ordered something for my son this morning, and it's supposed to be here by this afternoon. Like, it's crazy, Like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fun. You can get that. Amazon is in Baltimore. They have a building there. They actually have one in Northeast Maryland, which is about 10 minutes from me. So certain things you can get delivered the same day. It's happened, and it blows my mind that they can do that. But that's awesome.
T3, no, I did not. I haven't gotten anything.
It's probably sitting at the warehouse or someone took it.
Right.
My point proven.
You said about Netflix going to Blockbuster. I do remember that, and man, joke is on them, because Blockbuster went out of business and Netflix took over.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be feeling pretty salty if I were them.
Yeah.
I mean, what, why would you ever have thought that would, I don't know. I
mean, I guess a lot of people thought it might be too much to keep up with, maybe. I don't know. Like, you go to the store, you drop it off, the next person rents it. There's been times I walked in Blockbuster and I'm like, damn, they don't have that movie. And then somebody walks in, lays it on the counter, and I snatch it up. Just by happenstance, it walks in as I walk in, So I guess a lot of the older school people thought like, yeah, it's going to be too sticky to do all this and keep up with everything. People aren't going to return shit, and all this. And
what I loved about Blockbuster too is one thing is, I'd walk down every aisle and look at every picture on the box, and there was things I'd find just because of that, searching on, these apps and stuff. You got to like pretty much know what you're looking for to find stuff.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, I found some really corny, low-budget horror movies back in the day just by looking at the boxes, that I had no idea even existed. It was a little easier then because now if you go, there's like thousands and thousands of different movies right at your fingertips now, whereas you had what was in front of you to look at and choose from. And just looking at those, I found some really killer movies. No pun intended. Yeah.
You know what?
I miss those days.
And that brings up another thing is
oh look, it shows delivered. Oh my God, see?
Oh no.
See my point. See who'd you ship with, T3? That's why I asked you to ship mine UPS. I told you I'd pay more, I believe.
When did it say it was delivered? But back to what was I saying now? Oh, when all these streaming apps started, it was awesome. I loved it. I didn't have to pay an outrageous amount for digital cable anymore. I could get, Netflix and whatever else, but they're ruining that now too, because now everybody wants their own streaming service. They want their own individual this, individual that. I mean, now in order to if you're into movies and in these series and stuff and you want to be on top of everything, you're going to be paying fucking back to $200 a month in all these different streaming services again.
Exactly. So, and that's probably why I missed a lot of the ones you tell me about, because I can't do that. Their
greedy little hands into it, and they're screwing this up now too. So it's going to end up going back to me going movie hunting again to find my stuff at the store because I don't want to pay. Yeah.
I did one. I was at Walmart one day looking in the NECA section, and I just happened to start looking at the DVDs, and they had all the Halloween movies out and all that. They were in like black and orange packaging, and the only one that I wanted wasn't there. I could never find it, but it was like a 4-movie. It was the old the early black and white Frankenstein, Mummy, and all those. They were all on the same DVD. I haven't come across that one yet. If I do, I'm going to snag that one because there's some really good movies. The black and white versions, the originals. So I'm still on the hunt for those. If I'm in there and I see it, I'm going to grab one. Oh, look, USPS. Big surprise. There you go. Point proven.
The right address? I don't know. I'm going to have to go look outside and see if they hit it somewhere.
There's really a neighbor's house.
If it's at the neighbors, I'll never see it because they'll just that's happened before. And we went there and, oh no, we didn't get nothing. I'm like, dude, I know exactly what time it was delivered to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Yeah, my neighbors are pretty good. We all get along pretty well. So we usually, if something's in our mailbox or at the wrong house, we just give it up. But yeah, it's a shame that people don't have that. Because, I mean, like I said, it's just going to cost the company more money in the long run.
October 17th? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, damn.
I've only gotten the first package you sent me, T3. You sent me the first one with the Sonic figures. I got that one, and I got my Turtles from you. I never got this one.
Better start sending me shit, T3. I might not get it, but at least the thought that counts, buddy.
Oh, it never even brought up, too. If you guys haven't, go check out the podcast from Thursday night on the Overgrown Third Graders channel. We had our second mental health roundtable. Another good sit down. Make sure you go check that out. We're going to be doing them, I guess, every 2 months now. Or is that what it is? 2 months? Every third month?
I think January is the next one.
January is the next one.
Thursday went really well. I think thanks for T3 and the gang over at Overgrown Third Graders for putting that on. I think it's getting better and better each time. I think we're reaching more people each time, hopefully, and we hope it helps.
Yeah, doing good. It was another good podcast. So go check that out. It's a serious thing that needs to be talked about more.
Yes, sir, for sure. Trying to think what else. Did you find anything good this week on the hunt that I haven't noticed or you haven't told me about?
Not.
Well, you were sick too, so you didn't go out much, I think. Right?
It's been pretty dry.
Yeah.
There really hasn't. The last thing I found were those
Stormtroopers.
Yeah. Skeleton clone trooper.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been any. Like, dude, I still for instance, which I'm not even really looking for like that crazy. I still haven't seen the new Spawn figures from the new wave. For the Avatar stuff, there's been 2 targets of mine, and they got in 1 case of the figures and some of the real tiny stuff. But I'm still waiting on all the Avatar. I've seen people finding the second wave already in their stores, and my targets haven't even gotten the first full wave yet.
There's been some Avatar stuff in my targets.
I still haven't seen those Ninja Turtle and Street Fighter 2-packs, and those have been out for a while now. I don't know.
I'm not sure about those. I have to go back and check out my videos and see if any of those are in it. But I thought I'd seen a couple of those. The Avatar, I feel like I've seen a bunch of Avatar stuff, but I'm not really into it, so I don't really, I just scan through.
I got the 2 main figures and I did a review on them. I don't know if I'll buy any more from it. I did want one of the Banshees because it's big. It's got a real big wingspan and they look amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted to hang one from the ceiling, but I don't know. We'll see. I did pick up this vintage TMNT shirt with
nice
Vanilla Ice on it, and you see the stacks of money. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I picked up.
And it's got the tour dates on the back.
Oh yeah, nice.
Pretty sweet.
I picked up an Art the Clown shirt because we're going to see him next Sunday at HorrorCon in Philly. Me and my buddy Scott, and another friend of his. So I got that for our picture. We're going to get a group picture with him. He'll be in full costume, so that'll be cool.
Man,
picked up that shirt.
Terrifier 2 has hands down the best kill scene out of any fucking movie.
Yeah, few of them. Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it, but it's a good one.
No, hopefully we can do our watch along this week at some point. I don't know. Maybe Tuesday. Maybe if you're not busy, Tuesday's a good day for me this week. But we'll talk about it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm usually free during the any night.
Yeah, Monday I usually watch Monday Night Raw, but
it'd be nice to get some other people to do the watch with us, though.
Yeah, I like to get at least maybe 4 to 6 people would be a nice little round number there. Any more than that, I don't know, but 4 to 6 people would be cool. That are really into horror movies and want to do that with us. Right.
With Terrifier 2.
Yeah. Hey, Rogue Demon, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining.
Definitely. Nice to see you again. Yeah, I don't know. It's been kind of slow on YouTube though too. My last 2 videos I put out just not really getting any views.
Yeah, my last one I didn't get many. The second one I put out is doing really well, over 500. So thanks for everybody for the support and watching that. I'm actually really surprised that I got that many. I'm not really I'm not really looking at it too hard for that because I know I'm new with it, but for 500, I'm very thankful to have that. Legacy of Nerd, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Thanks for joining.
It'll come.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. I'm having the time of my life, dude. I met a lot of good people here. I feel like I got brothers here now. I feel like I have people I can talk to now, besides family. And I'm having the time of my life, dude. I love it. I'm even getting more comfortable as I walk through.
Oh, yeah.
Like the other day, I had people in the aisle, and they were looking at me. I'm like, whatever. Check me out. Whatever. I don't care. I
do need to hit my I got to hit my comic shop this week. I got to pick up some new comics, and I want to see if they got the new Casey Jones figure. Mirage, Casey Jones, and I need that new Utrom from the Mirage line, and I wanted to see if they maybe got the Last Ronin TMNT into.
Mhm.
I know those have been popping up at comic shops, or collecting stores.
Yeah. Besides next week, the HorrorCon, the week after on the 19th, I don't know how many people are listening are in the Baltimore, Bel Air type area, but StellarCon is going to be going on November 19th, and they're going to have Ezekiel from The Walking Dead and a bunch of other folks there signing, taking pictures. So if you're in the area, Baltimore, Washington D.C. area, I would check out StellarCon. It will be in the Bel Air area at a convention center. I think it's the Hartford Community College, actually. Excuse me, and that's on November 19th. I'll be there. I'll be videoing. That'll be a video coming out at that point. Yeah, I'm gonna go check them out. Be fun.
Oh, good morning, Cyborg. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Beastie.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Speaking of Walking Dead, I got to get caught up on that.
Mhm.
The
Me
last
too.
episode I watched, I think it was when Negan was going inside of the, what do you call that? The new place they've been living.
Yeah. I think we might be around the same episode then.
They
'Cause that's
sent
about
Negan inside to get everybody or whatever, warn everybody.
Yeah. It's right around where Maggie is just starting to trust Negan a little bit,
Yep.
which is cool. I love that she came back. I think she adds a big element to it, at least for. I don't know how far they're going to go. I guess this is the final season, but they're going to make other things that's going to spawn off of it. So we'll see.
I'm happy she came back too with the whole thing with her. And I understand she's gonna hate Negan. Negan killed what's his name, but she was starting to act like Negan. Like when you remember the van showed up and with they're selling those binders with all like the how to build things and garden and everything. And she's like, she basically was trying to just say take it all from him. I mean, she started acting like Savior's Negan. So I'm like, so you hate this guy, but you become him.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought she was going to take him out
and
when she first came back.
Negan killed them because of them. They didn't do it. I mean, they went and killed his people too. Like what? So I don't know.
I've always been like on. I like the bad guy, man. I like Negan. I always did.
Oh, Negan is my favorite character.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites too. I mean, I've always been on the dark side of it. I like the bad guys in wrestling. I like just on the dark side of him. I like the bad guy. I always did.
That episode when he fucking walks out of the trailer. Oh, dude, that episode was so good. To this day, I'll go back and I watch that randomly because I just love that episode so much.
And even the episodes where they had him in the jail, the backstories and everything they did on why he is the way he is, it was real. People do get like that, over depression and that's what he was going through when he lost his wife and.
Not only that, but the people that were, that were living the rest of the Sabres, they were living good.
Yeah, they had a pretty nice setup there. Yeah, So I guess all he really wanted was to everybody to know you got all this because of me.
Yeah,
he just went a little overboard with it, and that's why things took that turn. But yeah. I wish my wife would have watched it. She just was figuring it's all about the zombies and she's not into a zombie type thing. But I told her that's a side story. Everything about that show is about survival, survival of, food, weapons, starting your new life and your new community. I thought that was great. I loved it. I was really invested with it. And, I got to try to finish that out here now.
I was starting to lose interest right around the time, and then when they brought Negan, it was like the perfect time to.
I think they knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah, they saw at some point it was starting to get dry, and then
I didn't like that I thought it was really dumb that they killed off Carl. I hated Carl in the show. I couldn't stand his character. I just couldn't.
yeah,
But I thought it was a bad move, them killing him off. I thought that was stupid. For one,
yeah,
he's not dead in the comics, so I don't whatever.
yeah. I mean, they could have made it look like he could still be alive.
I thought he
If
was
that
gonna end
makes
up
sense.
being like immune or something. That's what I thought
Yeah,
was gonna happen, and then no.
yeah. Because I know he wanted to go to school. He wanted to, further himself, and he kind of felt locked into that show, and he wanted out. But they could have made it open where he could come back if he chose, and if not, then you think he's dead.
Well, and then
They could have left it a little more open ended, I think. But
fucking Rick leaving the show too. That was, I mean, I don't know. That was kind of was the end of the show for me. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it anyways. So I just kept going. I ended up picking it back up again.
Yeah, I didn't like when they got rid of him either. Then again, he didn't want to be there anymore. What are you gonna do? I guess they know what they're doing. I mean, they're making all the money, and here I am sitting here talking to you. So I guess they know what they're doing.
Have you watched any of the other Walking Dead like spin-offs? Like, did you watch the one with the kids?
I have not. No. Like I said,
the one with the kids is like a two season series, like mini series. It was all right. I mean, Fear the Walking. I like Fear the Walking. I like the characters in Fear the Walking Dead. I struggled getting through like the first season. But once I got through the first season, I'm like I'm good now.
Yeah, I've been recording it. I just haven't taken the time to watch it, and I got to be careful because I'm probably clogging up my DVR. But I got a bunch of them recorded.
Another one where they're on like a new Walking Dead show. Where they're on like a submarine. Did you see that one? I haven't watched it yet.
No. I haven't even finished the normal Walking Dead yet, but we're getting there. I'm going to start. That's another one I got to get to soon. But also, they were supposed to do a spinoff of like where Rick went when they took
I don't
him.
know what's going on with that.
I haven't heard any more about that lately. I haven't heard about a year, like what they're doing with that.
Right.
Like what, like did it fall off the face of the earth? Did they change their mind? I mean, I was really interested in that one.
Right. I don't get that either. I don't know why we haven't heard anything about that. We were supposed to get something already.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be him and like what was the girl's name from the junkyard? I forget her name.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know the head one from the
she's a part of something.
Yeah, like she was part of that whole thing. Like she was.
That's what they go in. The one with the three kids, or the kids that I was just talking about, the World Beyond.
Yeah.
You find out more about her group in that one because she's in that series.
So I would be more interested in watching that than
Rick isn't
Fear the Walking Dead, because Fear the Walking Dead happened like, what was that? It was a few years before.
It starts at the
in California.
It starts when everything popped off.
Yeah,
but then I don't know. It's kind of runs kind of with the normal Walking Dead too, because you got characters that cross over.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I actually like Fear the Walking. It's sad that Walking Dead is ending, but I mean, it's kind of done now, dude. Like since Rick left and everything, like it's still good. It's not the same. Even with Negan, it's not the same. I mean, Negan's really not Negan anymore. You know, he's
no. Yeah, he's turned nice again, and
I mean, I like that movie, but it's it's not The Walking Dead anymore in my eyes. No. So it needs to end. It was a good thing.
Yeah, everything has to stop at some point. Otherwise, like we said earlier, you destroy the legacy of it. You know, like if you go, you can only go so far. I mean,
if they go any longer, it's gonna destroy it.
Yeah, the spinoffs are fine. Like the World Beyond is actually one that I would probably watch next before the Fear of Walking Dead. Like I said, because
the one with the submarine, I just haven't
not before, you know.
The submarine one that I just seen pop up. I just haven't had a desire to watch that. I'm like, what? We're on a submarine? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's another show I'm looking forward to coming back on. I think in January. I think it's called You, YOU. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the new season. I think January sometime. I don't know what's taking them so long this time, but it usually comes out around the same time as Cobra Kai in December, January. But Cobra Kai came out early, and this one's coming out a little later than normal. But it's a good show. I enjoy that show.
Oh, I can't even believe we didn't bring this up, but yeah, Rogue Demon, Aaron Carter died. Did you see that?
Yeah. I saw that. Sad.
I know he had problems though. I know he had like some schizophrenia shit going on, and I know he's got an opiate addiction.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
sad.
shame. 34 years old. Very sad.
Way
Yeah.
too young. Yep. Very sad. I can't believe we didn't talk or bring that up at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. When I saw that pop up on my phone yesterday, I was like, "Damn!"
Yeah.
A lot of young people dying way too early.
Yeah, that definitely is. That's why it's important to go out and talk to somebody if you need it, just like we said on Thursday.
Yep. Do
So,
not try to do this shit on your own.
no. I know talking to everybody, you guys and all that, man, it's made me feel so much better. I have like I don't know, everything's like rejuvenated for me. Like I'm having, like I said earlier, having the time of my life. It's doing this with you, doing my other one with Scott, jumping in on Overgrown. It's fun, man. And then going out doing my thing with the videos and just collecting, period. It's just fun. I'm having a great time.
Yep. Just be careful you don't burn yourself out. That's,
Yeah, that's why I'm only putting one video out a week. So I'll let those 4 people watch that one, and then the following one I'll put it out again, and we'll see what happens. So
you gotta find that medium.
Yeah. I don't want to go, crazy with it. Even if I go out today and video, this is going to be next week's. I'm not going to put it on tomorrow's.
Right.
So we'll see. I'm going to try to take my time and just enjoy it, see where it goes.
Well, I think that's going to wrap up our second episode. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Yeah. The hour and 10 minutes. That's a good one. Thanks everybody for joining.
And those of you that are going to watch again or eventually, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.
Please do that. Hit the bell.
We're having fun doing this Sunday morning coffee talk. It's fun.
Yep.
Laid back.
Yeah. And also follow EC Collecting on Instagram and YouTube for his video toy hunts. And follow JMC_collects on YouTube and Instagram. And
make sure you go watch the Overgrown Third Graders podcast.
Definitely.
We did our second mental health roundtable on last Thursday. Let's go check that out. Another good episode. And again, thank you all for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Have a good day. Have a good week. And we'll see you next Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Later.
Later.